Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah Jane and I talk about my financial journey and share my lessons and experiences along the way. This video is all about saving money, and as the thumbnail suggests, I think that you could save up to £1,000 if not more just over the course of one weekend. This is really up to you. It's a sort of a pick and mix thing. You could look at doing all of them or look at doing some of them, but it's all about money saving and just getting the most out of your cash. So really it's about your own approach. The more time that you spend and looking to implement these things, the more money that you're going to save, but it's not something you have to do over the weekend. You could just pick and choose and see what works for you. If you do use any of these ideas, please let me know, and if you think that I've missed anything, please comment below as well. The first thing that you can do is apply for the working from home tax allowance. The government made it even easier towards the end of last year to claim, given everything that's going on with coronavirus and that a lot of people have been working from home. You can claim this allowance even if you've just worked from home for one day, and it applies to the whole of the tax year. The amount that you'll save doing this will depend on which tax allowance threshold that you're in. So if you're a basic rate, this could be £65, and a higher rate could be up to £125, and that's per person in your household if you've been working from home. So get your partner, your family to do it as well. As I said, the government's changed the website, so you only need a couple of details and you can probably do it in less than 10 minutes. And it's just really easy and a quick saving. So yeah, probably one of the easiest ones and one I recommend doing straight away if you can. The next tips are all about cutting down the price of your bills. We all have to pay them, but make sure that you're getting the best deal. I know a lot of people think that switching and looking around can be time consuming and it's not worth it, but it's really not. There's so many websites available now that will compare costs for you and have made it really easy. Check your energy supplier, your gas and electric. Money Saving Expert do a really good deal where they'll do a bulk switching service, so you can maximise the amount that you save. One's running at the moment, I think. I'll link below. But it will also offer you a service where you can put in details of your current provider. It'll search the market to show you specific deals and how much you can save, including cashback in some scenarios. But a really good feature as well is that it can give you an alert when you would save X amount, set as you wish, so £100, £150, and it'll email you when you could switch and make that saving. So yeah, really useful feature, particularly if you've currently locked into a particular deal. It can help you diarise when that will end and keep searching the market for you. That could save, hundreds of pounds a year, and it will take sort of half an hour to do. So check that one out. In a similar vein, don't just let your car insurance, your home insurance automatically renew. Spend that time looking on comparison websites to check things over. Once you've put the legwork in, first of all, it will mainly store the details online anyway, so you can just update if there's been any changes to your address, your no claims history, for example. So yeah, definitely worth doing. It will search the market, show your best results and how much you can save. If you really don't feel like switching, do that search anyway, and then call your insurance provider and tell them that you're going to move because you've been offered another quote. Will they match it? And in my experience, often they will find the time to do that. Some deals aren't always available on the comparison websites, so you may also want to explore that. For example, we use the Admiral multi-car saving. It wasn't much in it, but that just gives one date per year to look at your insurance, so that's worthwhile. So yeah. So the message there is go out and look at what deals are available, haggle with your current provider if you can, and try and save some money. And hopefully that will result in some savings. You can also apply the same methodology to your internet service provider, your TV provider. Look at what deals are out there, ring your current provider and negotiate, particularly if you're about to come out of your contract, because that's when your bargaining power is at its highest. So yeah, definitely haggle and make the most of the deals that are out there. The next thing to think about is the bank switching deal. Banks have recently reintroduced those deals, and they will give you a cash reward for switching your current account over to them. There are sometimes some specific conditions about paying a certain amount in or using direct debit, so check that you're happy with those. But there is a whole switching service so that you can just give your new bank your details and they will automatically get in touch with all of your direct debit providers. So that makes the process even easier. It's something that I've used a couple of times. And yeah, like I said, it's 20 minutes work and you can get over £100. So yeah, check those out. another great way to just earn some extra money really easily. Next, what about your mobile phone? How much are you spending on that? Do you know when your contract ends? If it's ended already, think about switching over to a SIM only deal. At the moment, I pay £8 a month because I've paid off my phone. I was out of contract, transferred to a SIM only deal. I still got plenty of data, more than I need, calls and stuff, and really good signal, and it's £8 a month. When I do need a new phone, I'll probably go back onto contract, although it is worth sometimes comparing to maybe putting it on a credit card or paying it off all in one and using the SIM only, so crunch the numbers there. But it's about looking at where you can make savings. Do you need the latest iPhone? Do you need the maximum storage? Or can you hang on to your old phone for a little longer, save the money there? And when you look at those savings, they really do build up over time. I was paying £50 a month. I'm now paying £8. So, that's extra money that you can put into your investments to pay off your debt. So it's a really simple thing. We need mobile phones, but we don't need the latest one. And do we need as much data as we think and as an expensive contract as we think? For those of you that are homeowners, another thing that you can do is look into when your mortgage deal is expiring. At the moment, interest rates are really low. There's some really good deals out there. And what you don't want to be doing is going on to the standard variable rate. If your fixed deal is coming to an end, you could be paying sort of 1.5% if you fixed a couple of years ago, and then going on to sort of 3-4%, which will have a huge effect. So have a look at the deals out there, speak to your current provider and see what you can get. Things to be wary of are the product fees. They are usually around £1,000 to £2,000. You often have the option of paying them up front or putting them onto the mortgage. Now, again, depending on your situation, I think a lot of people put it onto the mortgage, but then you've got to remember that you're paying interest on that amount for 25 years. So you could look to paying that up front, or what I've opted to do in the past is put it onto the mortgage, but then overpay pretty quickly over the next couple of months so that that's paid off. But yeah, something to do. But what I do recommend is not going on to the standard variable rate. So looking at your mortgage, seeing where you can save there. So you've switched your bank account. Well, at the same time, can you look at any savings account out there? We know that they're pretty rubbish, but there are options for getting some 2% deals, something like that. Just have a look what's out there, and if you have got savings, put it into an account that will at least maximise those savings rather than sitting in your current account and attracting no interest whatsoever. Or you might want to start putting that into an investment account, a stocks and shares ISA instead. That's what I've just done. I've just set up my Vanguard account. I'll link up here all about that. So that's something else that you might want to think about, putting your money to work for you rather than sitting and barely getting any interest and even going down when you factor in inflation. If you have got credit cards or debts, are you on the best deal for those as well? Can you do some balance transfers? Can you look at switching your deals? Can you look at consolidating your debts? It's probably do a whole separate video on that, but as part of this process, just having a look what interest rates you're on, what deals are out there, and can you do anything to sort of lower those payments? Could you use some savings to pay it off instead? Just going through the motions and thinking about that, because that's an easy way to make some additional savings. Next, what subscriptions are you signed up to, and do you know what's coming out of your bank account each month? Have a look at all your accounts, write them down, think about your usage, and is it worth paying them? I know for myself, I'm a bit of a fiend at the moment. I've got Netflix, I've got Prime, I've got Audible, I've got Spotify. So, it's a huge chunk of money coming out each month. But at the moment, I do use them. I think with lockdown, we can't really spend our money on anything else at the moment. So I'm saving there. So I'm happy to keep incurring those costs. But, every once in a while, I do look at them and think, am I maximising use of this? Do I need them more? You may also find that you're paying things that you'd forgotten about. Are you still paying for the gym at the moment while they're closed? What's going on with that? Magazine subscriptions, app subscriptions, go onto your iTunes, have a look, see what's coming out. And can you make any savings? Can you cancel them? For those that you've signed up perhaps for a free trial, have you diarised for when those end and when you want to give notice so that you don't have to carry on paying them if you don't want to? You may find that if you cancel them, that certain offers will then come in at a reduced rate, so could you think about that potentially? The key message here is having that awareness. What are you paying for? Are you using them? And do you still want to use them, and where can you make savings? You may also, as a final thing, just want to check your tax code and your council tax band. These are things that we won't be able to get out of paying, but just make sure you're on the correct one. Check out for your council tax, your neighbours, what are they paying for a similar sized house. You can sometimes check this online. And for your tax code, have a look at your pay slip and just Google it, make sure that it sounds about right, particularly if you've just changed jobs or you've got a big bonus payment, something like that. Just make sure that those are all correct. I think with that you could be very surprised at the savings that you could make. And I think that's the theme of this video really. As I said at the start, pick and choose what works for you. Have you not looked at your energy provider for a while? Do you know when your mortgage rate ends? How much are you paying on your credit card? Just make sure that you've just reflected on those, and you can do as little and as much as you like in terms of implementing these tips. Share it with your family, find out what they're doing, your friends. There can be some really easy steps that can save hundreds, if not thousands of pounds over the course of the year. Set a reminder on your phone to check again in 2 months, 3 months time as to when your deal expires. But it really is worthwhile. I know that it can take some time, but it's so worth it, and then you can get those savings and get invested in making them work for you. Let me know if you've done anything that I might have missed, or if you use any of these tips. I'd be really interested to hear how much you've saved if you've done it in the past, so sort of share experiences. You know, on my channel I'm all about maximising what my money can do for me and sharing those experiences. So if you did enjoy this video, please subscribe. I'm a really new YouTuber and trying to grow my channel, and I would really appreciate it. Have a good one. Thank you.